This week, as we're sporadically doing devotions, we're not got a particular theme. This morning, we're going to look into John chapter 15, and when Jesus was giving some instruction to his disciples. Now, he made some statements that we're all very familiar with, and we come down to a kind of a conclusion statement that gives us understanding of why he began into this dissertation, if you will. And he says that these things, I'm telling you these things because my Father wants you to be glorified and to bear much fruit. Now, I think that every one of us would want to be that particular type of Christian. We would want to bear much fruit. Our lives would be representative of God's grace, and we would do those things in our lives and with God's grace that would glorify Him. I think every one of us could say that's where we want to be this morning. And so Jesus gave us the answer. He said, well, if you want to do this, this is how you do it. Now, we oftentimes get into places in our life where we think we have to fabricate answers or we have to figure things out. And you don't have to figure this out. It's been clearly told to us as to what and how we would live a life that would glorify God. So at the beginning of John chapter 15, he says this very, very simply: I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And so he goes on, and he says, I am the vine, and ye are the branches, in verse 5. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. Or without being served by me, you can't do anything. And so he's just giving some imagery here to help us understand that if we're a vine and he is the branch, or he is the trunk of the tree, if you will, and we're just a piece coming off to the side, then every bit of our sustenance, every bit of our being on a daily basis would come from him. We can't do anything except he gives us and enables us to do those. Now, it's important for us to understand this today, because if we're going to please God with our lives, then we're going to have to do it through Jesus Christ. Oftentimes, we just get a little sidelined and we think we need to figure it out ourselves. And there are so many things that we face in our daily life where we begin to think, I just got to figure out how to do this. Well, the truth is, we just need to get back to the basics. Maybe you're struggling. You're struggling with your life, your marriage, or your maybe at church, maybe your spiritual life outside of church, whatever it might be. And you say, I'm struggling and I just can't seem to move forward. Well, you must remember, in order to move forward, you're going to have to be plugged in. You know, our sweeper that sweeps the floors doesn't work very well when it's unplugged. It doesn't do its job. It needs a power source. You need a power source today. You'll be exhausted and you'll be without fruit. You'll be at a place in your life where you just can't seem to move on if you're not plugged in. And so let's stay plugged in, and let's allow him to enable us and to strengthen us and encourage us. And so he says, now if you abide in me and I abide in you, you should ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you. And herein is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit. You want to bring glory to God? Let's bear fruit. Well, I hope that maybe you'll have some time to go back and read John chapter 15 today. Be encouraged by it. Let's get plugged in. Let's glorify God.